Aerodynamics matter a lot. Before you invest in a new frame, wheels or handlebars, it's worth considering that your body accounts for 80% of the drag you face at speed. So, optimizing your clothing could be one of the easiest and most cost-effective ways to go faster. And to find out how much faster, today we are testing Castelli's latest generation aero jersey and bib shorts against a regular non-aero outfit. But before we get into the latest aero advances and time testing, it's worth remembering just how far aero clothing has come. We might take aerodynamics for granted today, but 20 years ago that wasn't the case. Back then, only time trialers really cared about aero gains, but Castelli cared. Castelli was a pioneer in bringing aerodynamic performance to road race clothing, and despite initial skepticism, they remained undeterred in their pursuit of speed. Partnering with the forward-thinking and now iconic Cervelo test team, an outfit obsessed with chasing every possible technological edge, Castelli put aerodynamics front and centre. Their relentless focus on cutting-edge fabrics, wind tunnel testing and pro rider feedback has culminated in the launch of their 8th generation aero race jersey and bib shorts. And with that short history lesson over, I'm joined now by George from Saddleback, the home of Castelli in the UK, to go through all the latest advances and conduct some time testing. So this is the standard espresso jersey, which you're probably all familiar with, which is a very nice jersey indeed. And this is the aero jersey, and I can see the differences straight away. And the big one for me seems to be the sleeves. Very different textures and materials around here. A lot of work gone into that area around the shoulder and arm, hasn't it, by the looks of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the espresso that you wear in most of your videos, that is the outfit that probably suits 90% of people. You know, it's got a really nice athletic aero sort of silhouette, but the fabrics on it are much more designed for comfort in warmer weather, and basically just keeping you comfortable for the majority of summer rides. There's no real sort of performance angle when it comes to aerodynamics, but it's just a really good all-round, and it's proven really popular as a result. Having access to different materials and also just trying to hit different price points. There's a commercial aspect to trying to create garments to sell to people.
Okay.
And I think with this jersey, there's almost that unapologetically performance sort of angle. Go, right, let's actually make the best garment we can regardless of price. And that's what they come up with. So Castelli worked closely with the wind tunnel in Milan to develop their products. Yep. So they do CFD testing, but then they will actually take products to the wind tunnel to see how different variables might affect it, like obviously the riders and then cadence as well. Okay. And then that development they'll look at that and then they'll take that product, give it to testers, like their pro team, for feedback, which then they'll get feedback as to how comfortable the garments are. So, for instance, one of the prototypes that was out last year had the aerodynamic fabric on the sleeve, but it was the whole way around. Okay. And the feedback was that actually wanted to get a slightly better fit over the shoulders, but more importantly, better cooling, breathability. So they brought in the mesh under the arm, and they, with further testing, realized they could bring that extra layer or extra level of comfort without hindering the aerodynamics of the jersey.
So the jersey, clearly very important for obvious reasons, but also bib shorts, because these are brand new bib shorts which go with the aero jersey. I guess my first question is, how can bib shorts be aero?
Well, same as the jersey, isn't it? I mean, it's a big part of your large surface area of your body, cause a lot of turbulence with your legs moving up and down, so it is really important. Like the aero race jersey, Castelli created the first aero bib shorts, again, 2007, with the Sonia Deval team, so that whole aero jersey and bib shorts. And this is it's a really iconic bib short, so it's something that in the pro peloton since it came about, it's had the same sort of silhouette from the back with the panel, with the Pro logos and same seam placement. So it's a silhouette that Castelli have been very adamant on keeping the same for the last 18 years. It always has to be aerodynamic and fast, but the free naming is there because it's meant to feel like you're not wearing it. Basically, it's meant to be
disappear.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's got to be fast, but you can't feel like it's being fast or that you're wearing it. So we don't want something that compromises the rider's comfort, because obviously the most important thing, if you're going to be racing or be riding around, you need it to be comfortable.
It's got the high quality padded insert as well in the chamois.
Yeah, so that's it. So it's still got the Progetto X2 pad. So that's a dual layer chamois. So basically similar to a track cyclist wearing 2 layers of Lycra. So if they do fall over, they have a, basically the Lycra sort of slides over itself.
Okay.
So your skin doesn't have any friction.
Got some cool texture material down the side there, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Similar to the sleeves on the jersey, actually.
Yeah.
Bib shorts.
Yeah, so the
similarity in the design.
Yeah, so the fabric on the Aero Race jersey has raised fabric to help trip.
Yes.
On the Free Aero, it's actually like a heat print.
Okay.
To help trip. They did test it out with raised strips, but again, with lots of testing in the wind tunnel, it worked out that this was actually the faster option.
Okay. So as you can see, we are now changed and ready to ride, and the plan is very simple. We're going to ride at the same power, 250 watts, up a road here about 1 mile long, go up and down it all day long, get nice data, then we'll change kit, and then we'll crunch numbers and see whether the Aero kit, which I'm wearing now, is faster than the Espresso kit, which George is riding. We should crack on, shouldn't we, really? Let's do it. Let's do it. Right, so we're back in the studio, we've done the testing, we've got to change again, and we've got some numbers to crunch through and find out if the Aero outfit was indeed faster than the Espresso outfit. And well, testing outside in the real world is a tricky old business, as we found out. So the plan was to go out in the outfits and do some testing, come back, get changed and go out again. But for the second run, the wind picked up quite a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, quite a lot.
It breezy this morning, but by the second run it was quite a lot windier.
Yeah, you could really feel it, couldn't you?
Yeah, and we can see the numbers, so the data isn't as good as we would like. So George went out again. We drove up there in a car, and George went out on the Aero outfit, and then jumped in the car, quickly got changed, Espresso outfit.
Yeah.
Get the testing in a closer, smaller window, basically, in the same wind conditions as well. And that data looks a lot better, and we're happy to sort of share the data with you, and it's more conclusive, I think. It's a better reflection of the differences between the two outfits.
Yeah, so the aim for both of us doing the test was that we were trying to get an idea of what the Espresso and the Aero outfit would test with different people in different sizes and different positions. But yeah, unfortunately, just due to how much the weather changed within a couple of hours, we couldn't really do that. But as you say, I thought about this and put some kit into the car so I could get changed on the side of the road to have the back-to-back in more similar conditions.
Yeah, on paper it sounds really easy doing the testing, but it's actually really tricky to get it done to a really high standard. And we thought the idea of both testing the outfits would be really useful. More data for a start, and then just different body shapes and different sizes, and see what impact it has, and really compare the differences. And where we both get the same differences or improvements, go from the Aero back to the Espresso and so forth. So, you want to share the results?
Yeah, so I went up and down the 1 mile bit road 3 times, and holding 250 watts. at both times in obviously both outfits. Also tried to keep to 90 RPM and same position on the hoods. So the results were that on the incline, going out, which is slightly slower speed, so I think it was around 20 mile an hour, wasn't it? So we're holding. The aero jersey, as an average, was 8 seconds faster.
Okay, 8 seconds.
8 seconds over a mile.
Yeah.
It's not insignificant, is it? And then coming back, which were higher speeds, closer to 22, 23 mile an hour.
Downhill.
Yeah. We're looking at 6 seconds faster.
6 seconds faster. Okay.
The aero jersey and bib shorts.
Okay,
Can't forget about the package.
Yeah. Stretch it out to 100 miles.
Absolutely. It's interesting to see these results. It's so easy to be desensitized by wind tunnel tests, isn't it?
Yes.
And think that it's not you can't really implement that into real world. But I think this shows that you can.
Yes.
The gains are there, and okay, it slightly exacerbates the espresso, even though it's made from really nice fabrics. There's no aero talk on that whatsoever. So, the new aero race is a out and out race piece, and the espresso is your sort of premium cafe racer.
Yes. And 8 seconds doesn't sound like much, does it? Really, it's only 8 seconds, but you have to buy a very expensive frame or fancy wheels or really narrow handlebars to find an 8 second saving with any other equipment on your bike. So by just changing your outfit, an aero outfit, 8 seconds, just like that.
Yeah.
Which is pretty amazing, really. In this sort of, if you are into margin gain and trying to optimize your outfit and your bike setup as much as possible, it's quite a big saving.
Why wouldn't you?
And I think the espresso outfit, I really like it. The comfort is fantastic for the sort of real world cycling, but the aero outfit also felt really comfy. I was really surprised, my first experience with it, because normally aero kit can feel quite restrictive and compromised. It felt a bit tighter, more compressive around the arms, around the body, but didn't feel tight or uncomfortable. Like I couldn't ride it for 100 miles. So I get that saving with no real sort of impact on sort of comfort.
Yeah.
Quite something I thought.
I thought was quite said to you out on the road was quite interesting is where the crosswind had picked up this afternoon.
Yeah.
You could really feel like the pressure of the air affecting the espresso jersey. You could really feel like the fabric moving around on the body, whilst the aero jersey just nothing. It was like skin tight, didn't move whatsoever. It was quite a different sort of sensation whilst riding between the two.
Okay, I thought. Yeah. So there you go. If you want to go faster, buy an aero outfit from Castelli. Definitely guaranteed free speed, extra speed.
Yeah.
Comes in a range of colours, not just white like George was wearing. There are other colours if you're not as bold as George.
Wow, why wouldn't you though? It's both in the tan.
White colours are available.
Exactly, yeah. Belgian blue, black, mocha.
And the mocha shorts are the ones I wearing today.
They were
very stylish.
They're dashing, yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming down to the studio and showing us a new outfit and helping us test it, as tricky as that is. And I'll put a link to the Castelli website down below if you want to find out more. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for watching.
Cheers.